Okay, so I owed it to myself to make this channel because I needed to see one like thing the gatekeep or really I'm pretty much only talking to is a few people and one gatekeeper who doesn't let my doesn't is against me talking to a larger audience. So I looked at the views and it's when I make a video that has a really concerning message or is very profound or something that is like positive, those are the ones that nobody seems it seems those are the ones that don't get any views. Maybe that's being manipulated, but so why does that matter? I mean, because in the scope of the greater picture, the perspective that's for me is I'm the only one who's gonna get the perspective that I need, like to responsible for to go out and get it, and I have to consider that given the slant that was taken against me, right? Am I supposed to be concerned when like um when they have a issue like they say that we're so divided and like your speech is dividing and it's incitement and like well carry it to its course and I want to see a fight. I want to see, you know what I'm saying, I want to see who gets into it because I bet it won't be you. I bet it will be the masses that you are gatekeeping, the ones that are the most left behind that don't get any of the perspective that they need, right? So when am I supposed to help you if like there's division, if people are divided? You know what I mean? Like, am I supposed to help you like when alt tech starts booming and social media moves on to decentralized platforms? Like, am I supposed to help you when people don't when they start forgetting go through the rigmarole and getting their mask and vaccines and they don't take it seriously and there's not enough moral outcry for the racism and you know what I mean, like all this black power white power shit is petty. This shit like don't have I don't that like I don't have to go to like I don't have to lower myself to any of that shit. I'll entertain one or the other. I don't have to even have no loyalty to something like black power or white power. Who like you must be smelling glue. So since you sniff glue and you don't have brain cells, and the gatekeepers are gonna cater to you, and it seems like a magical mystical world where you get like where you get to double up on the juice. You know, you get to make mistakes and then just shut everything down so like it never happened. Um, and then you know like there's no news get like no news get, almost everything that's in the news is not coming from mainstream. It's coming from social media apparatus or um, Reddit or like you know what I mean. It's gonna it's gonna be mangled and fucked up. If anything shows up on Facebook, it's gonna be dismissive. So that's already okay. So then, um, so I'm talking to like some lackey that is like you know comes to social media for social media terminology, try to come at the language, trying to fucking destroy the language because you're caught like you're the they probably invented the blockchain to escape Rico. And when you see in Rico like start to influence their actions, like when they resign from um, Fortune 500 companies in droves, when CEOs are just resigning for no reason. Then they make a Q thing like, oh, like conspiracy Q and everything for you, since you're going to interpret why they would abandon a post that they would never in their lifetimes, so they would never relinquish it themselves. So it had to make sense. So they have to have a lackey that they can feel like, oh, you friendly, like you know what I'm saying. And then like they care when people like they care when people buy stock, not when they sell. Like you know what I'm saying. I know it causes a difficulty for people if they can't sell, but why would a stock even benefit from being on the market if the only thing you can do is sell it, and it's already 140% uh, shorted, more than the stock exists of that company to even short. It's already in the dirt, like down that low. And then yeah, we already know. I know, but I was just thinking like they're thinking like about going after Wall Street bets, like going after like what's her name, fucking California racing, fucking um, she's a fucking goddamn motherfucking shithead bitch. Like, is this just? Are you just saying that just to get me mad, and you really have no power, but maybe trying to spike my cortisol, to get me to like, oh, I gotta, this tears it. Like, I need to do something and shit. When it's your ass that's in trouble, you know what I mean? They need to use every exploit. You know what I mean? You have to use every exploit. So why would I help you? Why would I help you? Like, you you're already paid. You know what I mean? Like, what is it? Like, what do you even need and shit? They need somebody to say, like, oh, we should approach them with malice and with violence. Like, didn't you just say to fucking go out and fucking confront people anywhere they are and tell them it's not okay and like fucking pull out a like what do you want them to like? That doesn't even make sense. Be their therapist and at the same time kicking them out of town like what the fuck? You crazy guys, just shit or get off the pot. You know, like what the fuck? Because because it looks weird if you abdicate or something where your position because you need therapy or you gotta or you're not or you're gonna run it into the ground or some shit, and then you got all these people waiting on you, like a hold up, like it's being held up and shit. Hmm. You know, when you think that you're a moron, you might be trying to take responsibility, but you might have a scammer. If you have this, if you're trying to be self-deprecating and right wrongs, and you call yourself a fucking idiot, a moron, like you probably have a scammer working you right now, and they might be playing the long con, which is like kind of goes along with it. So see somebody who doesn't seem to make perfect sense, but because of a situation, a circumstance that they try to help you, right? They can do something that was not really what an official would do, but you're uh, that's the reason why you are trying to take yourself down a peg because you want to match on the wavelength with someone who is taking their time to help you when and you don't understand them, but it's because they're official and you just don't understand someone who's an official. So they think that if you're that stupid, you don't deserve your money, and they're laughing at you. But then, don't they have to disguise their laugh? Get them to laugh at you in your face. They will say, I don't know why or how I would do that. Can you laugh at my if I suspect you're laughing at me, you probably are laughing at me. And all of this is motivated because of that greenery. It's all motivated because they just want a little more dough, just like a little more dough. I would like a little bit more though. And they're gonna have you robbing Peter to pay Paul at some point, or you're gonna be like, well, fuck it. There's nothing I can do. Scrape a can up on the sidewalk. Beg for change if there's nothing else you could do. You know what I mean? They're not gonna do it. Whatever it is that you was thinking that we were trying to do with this upward mobility driven economy, trying to produce upward mobility. What's the next thing? We're just gonna produce upward mobility, and then just it be upward mobility, and to what? Like upward mobility implies that we're on our way to a party on the God realm. You know what I mean? You don't just stop at upward mobility. We were just trying to accomplish upward mobility, and then rest assured, I'm a nice guy. We were gonna step out on Soul Train, but instead we got all this cognitive dissonance, and the TikTok is dancers are being legitimized by an application when they really started during the dossier, the PP dossier. And that's when they started saying TikTok, because they were talking about it's only a matter of time. But we didn't understand what we were like. What do you mean? What is TikTok? It's only a matter of time. What the fuck is that? They were talking about Donald Trump was gonna be arrest or something. You know, some Q bullshit. They were thinking TikTok. You know, Donald Trump's time is coming to an end before his own conscious decision to end his own time. Something is gonna happen to the boy, to the something's gonna happen. All right, TikTok. Okay, no, and then they, and when you confront them on some shit that's actually happening, they start like they're, oh, I don't know, I'm just trying to, I'm just feeling myself, and they just start dancing and shit, because upward mobility. Like, why you want to be the people of Why do we need a people of record? Like, you know what I'm saying? Before I even existed, this shit was designed to helping find people their way home. Okay, like we used to project our consciousness out into the universe. Now we just take a different bent, a different direction since the fall of man, and to this advanced regression. We've started elevating man to the level of gods when it is actually unfit to call us gods. Then yeah, we were on our way to a party on the God realm. That's what the whole upward mobility thing was. And, when you're fit, like I'm fitting to, like I look fit to do this, or fit to do, like what's it called, they call that everything it takes to make a varsity athlete. Yeah, that's when you also are autonomous. In order to be in these days and times, in order to be an autonomous uh, individual, you need a lot of knowledge. A lot. It's dangerous to have a little bit of knowledge. Like, it's a little bit of, and I shouldn't say it like that. A little bit of knowledge is dangerous in the wrong hands. If I just say it's dangerous to have a little bit, because like you want to open up new doors and stuff like that. With that little bit. So I don't mean to put it that way, but when you just dabble, then it's a disaster. Like, it's always a disaster. Like, a dabbler is a disaster. It's a train wreck. It's a train wreck. So somebody who doesn't know anything about and thinks that about the way that stocks work, stonks, thinking that we can start refunding investors, doesn't know how it works, is sitting on top of one of the regulatory commissions that tells everybody what to do, doesn't even know what they're talking about, won't shit or get off the pot. I mean, lives in an unexplainably valuable estate outside of our own district, and fucking who's giving us, who's giving us civil rights all stars? Some of you white people look like a civil rights all star, like you want to be one. So I mean, they are basically like they're giving us a civil rights all star president, and we're supposed to be content like with that. I don't even give a fuck what you guys do. Fuck off. I don't care what y'all do. You're never gonna do whatever that, you know what I'm saying, it takes to produce more upward mobility, but placing onus on a peepo. You can't put onus on the peepo. We already got too much. Y'all righteously dignified looking, like you trying to be righteous indignation and shit. Self indignation is what it is. It's a self indignation and give us his onus and back to Schmirk Day. Because you already did step out on Soul Train thing and solved the life's greatest mysteries and laid it at the feet of your enemy, then you can go back to Schmirk Day. It's a wrap. Yeah, like fucking what the fuck? Where like they got that shit is fucking trying to clone it, trying to cloak itself and trying to hide and blend. That's what I'm trying to say. Not clone. Fucking trying to blend and trying to get normalize. Who cares? That's a lot of fucking busy. Like I thought thinking is the problem with a lot of y'all, like, when you fuck up, like, it's like now you got a lot of thinking going on. How are you gonna, like with everything, like even to the extent that they got to go out and find social media apps and keep people from doing what they can't do, which is contribute something to a platform, like or a position, have a position or something. That's what those channels are for. Unless I'm out of my mind. Shit. You want to diagnose? Uh, that's more or less what the true interest is in this gaslighting shit. More like they want to fucking sell drugs, diagnose, make factory workers and shit by programming children to think it's normal to walk into a classroom and see a plexiglass cubicle. The first thing you do when you get to school is grab the bleach and start wiping down. They're like, okay, obviously, people are gonna either start arresting, or they're gonna just become a dick sucker and suck dick. You're either gonna be like, yo, we're going forward on this shit. We're gonna process your paperwork. We're finally gonna process your paperwork because the only alternative is not having uh, no more influence whatsoever over anyone, and I might need that because if you trust the masses, they're going to reward you by fucking teaching you a lesson that I'm gonna take all your shit. You already know that you open yourself up when you go on the internet. You already know that if you do certain things, you're gonna dox yourself. You're gonna get scammed. You're gonna get this, that, and you just open yourself up, and then you're in denial. So you're gonna act like, even if I went and took back the car or the money that somebody stole from you, you wouldn't want to take it back anymore. You're like, I don't want it. Because I don't, what I'm saying? Like, I'm afraid. Like, there might be retaliation. The retaliation was already when they took your shit because they already didn't value you in the first place, and they already would throw you away in the first place. You already don't have nobody that's an ally. You might as well be your own. You might as well be your own ally. That's why they keep taking you, because they think you don't deserve it because you want to stand up for yourself. But then they want to go on and on as official. So you're as official, but are the reason why people rob Peter to pay Paul. Like, how do you rationalize that? Don't even ask. Don't even ask. They're not trying to rationalize anything. Too. Maybe they got over rationalizing. Maybe they're onto some other shit. Maybe I need to be on to that shit with there, or not the stealing part. You know what I mean? It's just that don't trust the official for the official rendition, like the official. Uh, here, yeah, this whole thing. Never take authority at its word without question, because it might be better to. You might feel better ruling over hell than being a servant in heaven. But the thing is, man, heaven is obviously a weird place where some fucking some weird bullshit's going on. Basically, in heaven, it's being it's being manipulated. You know what I mean? By something that's going on here. Like, yeah, you already know what I'm talking about. And they want to prep and prepare us to like condone and co-sign. Like it doesn't crack this matrix. Look, light. I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. Light and energy can't not exist. If it exists, if it comes into existence, it'll always be. But the energy can go in and out of the. They found the thing that we're studying, the Higgs boson, right? Universe A, universe B. The solar boat has these two sort of horn-looking things. That's the fabric of the unified field tectonic, or the unified field tectonic, and then the polar or the polarity, the Polaris, right, and then or like the spectral light comes out as a prism, but what went into it is the gamma, like the gamma energy goes into the prism and breaks out as a spectral array, right? There's also a UV array of UV use in medicine. It could, um, but I kind of lost track. I'm trying to make this point, but it busts open into other things. Right? What's messing with the with eternity is child exploitation, man. And everything else is a fucking circus around it. That's what everything else is, a circus. And since this shit is the only thing, that's the only thing popping, right? Anybody take your money on behalf of this shit has to be a fucking official. Oh, I'm official. The only way you can really down one of these all corporate oligarchs is through charity fraud. Charity fraud. Then they have to do the whole humiliation ritual, and they're apologetic to. Apologetics is to make a defense on behalf of your faith, and their faith is in that green. And the thing is, they don't want their paper back, but it's in material wealth, and possession, right? They have to make an apologetic defense on behalf of that. And I think that they would rather just fucking kill you instead of have to do that. So they right now doing what they can do is to try to get you to sign your soul away, man. Trying to get you to participate in the grooming of the next generation. And that's why they got these wars and shit. Because the best thing you know is go out and find you some young men. Those are the ones that are gonna really go out and make a difference. It's your hustle, man. It's like you just idolize and try to fanaticize them. try to fanaticize them. And all that shit is you. It's all you. The choreography and their goddamn music videos when they singing about killing Bashar al-Assad and shit. That's some fucking old fart shit and Kim Jong Un fucking choreography shit. All trained. All none of that shit is natural. Anybody who watch that shit is like, oh, it's a fucking just kill yourself. Just do it now. But I don't think there really is anybody like that. There wouldn't be anybody like that watching my channel. Oh wait, there might be. If the gatekeeper thinks that they're doing some good work and it's just a job, something you would never have anything to do with or participate or be involved with, unless it was offered in the form of a job, like do you want to participate in the Stanford experiments or the Manhattan Project? Like it pays pretty well. It's a job. If you need to, or like somebody that is gonna hang around somebody who's always tearing down other people, like crabs in a barrel. But they're not gonna do that same behavior, and they're against it. But they're gonna defend them every now and then. They'll just make defenses for them every now and then. They're not doing any harm. They're playing both sides of the fence, and they're lying to kick. They're trying to lie to kick it. They're gonna eventually want to call out your shame. They're gonna want to sacrifice you for their inequity. Even your mother, because they don't really know what's good. There might be good people. They just and they have intelligence. It's just that the way that they figured out that they should be around you, or that they should still have something to do with you, was actually kind of stupid. The way they figured out that they could incorporate with you with your directives, because you're trying to go one place and everybody not trying to go to the same place. They're gonna be like, oh, it's not what's it called? Based. Like you're not based. That's the different thing. Based does, because if you're not making points, if you're not relevant, your shit is not based. Like you might be base. You'll be base. Like base is like, you like there a cantankerous person might have some valuable information to you. There might be a reason why they give it to you in a certain way. You know what I mean? But a base individual does not contribute to a platform position. Right? And if you have a platform position and you rock it, then you're based. You're based. Sorry about this long rant. I had to get this shit off my chest. I lose my train of thought.